Congressman Dan Crenshaw with us. He's a retired Navy SEAL. Congressman, you served in Afghanistan. Is the country again being used as a safe haven for terrorists?
Well, I think that was pretty clear, and that's what we've been saying all along would be our fears if we just left Afghanistan and didn't leave anything behind, didn't leave any capabilities behind. And what's also clear is that the Taliban had every intention of partnering with al-Qaeda and giving them safe haven. So, this strike was conducted in the middle of an affluent neighborhood in Kabul. It is very clear that the Taliban knew that Zawahiri was there, that his family was there, and that they weren't going to do anything about it. I've long said there's very little difference between the Taliban and al-Qaeda. They're basically the same people running the same circles. That was clear before. It's clear now. That doesn't take away from the win that this is, and I commend the White House for making this decision and committing this strike.
I just want to talk about the border for a moment, please, because you're a border state. You're a Texas guy. The governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, he just invited the mayors of New York and D.C. Get out of Texas, go to the border, get a first-hand look at the migrant crisis. You think they'll show up?
Well, I hope they do. I hope they understand that, they've dealt with a few thousand migrants and they think that was overwhelming. Texas has dealt with 500,000 coming across our border. Texas is the focal point of the border crisis. And look, I was thrilled to see the mayors of D.C. and New York actually start to take this seriously and claim that there's a crisis and tell all of us what we already know. Maybe they can get to Democrats in a way that we can't. Maybe they can convince President Biden that he actually has to enforce the law and secure the border, because it's seriously harming Texas and our infrastructure, our ability to provide services to our citizens. It's a complete mess. It's a complete catastrophe. And even if a few thousand can overwhelm a city, then imagine what 500,000 does.
It just can't change, can it? I mean, there's absolutely no way that the president can completely reverse course, stop the border, control the border, and start sending people back. It will not happen as long as a Democrat's in the White House, right?
That seems to be the case. It seems to me that they are beholden to radical immigration groups that tell them what to do. They fall back on this strange ideology that anyone coming across is a victim that needs to be taken care of, as opposed to someone frankly just looking for a better situation than they had 5 minutes ago. That's really what's happening. You can't just cut the line. We have to have a system of immigration where we're the ones who dictate who comes in based on some kind of prioritization, based on a line, based on some kind of standards. And that's just not what's happening right now, because the left falls into this very, very strange ideology that really removes borders from any consideration at all.
Yeah. It does indeed. Congressman Crenshaw, thanks very much for jumping on board at the last minute. We always appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate it. Okay.